Hey guys, and welcome to our beautiful campsite here in the Tuttle Creek Cove campground near Manhattan, Kansas, the home of the Kansas State University Wildcats. We've had a great week this past week as we traveled from Kentucky all the way over to Manhattan, Kansas. I gotta admit, Interstate 70 across Missouri is not one of my favorite tows. This interstate is always crowded and busy. There's so much traffic going back and forth between St. Louis and Kansas City. The ride is always rough. It's always under construction, although the construction seemingly is never completed. A lot of fireworks and adult toys. You know, if you could somehow combine those two businesses, you would be on to something. But once we made it through the gauntlet of Interstate 70, we cruised on over through Topeka, the capital of the great state of Kansas, into Manhattan, which, yes, is often called the Little Apple. You know you're in Manhattan, Kansas when they have purple streetlights.
You gotta go right. You gotta go right.
And when I was in college, we had gourmet. Kids these days have craft. Is it better than gourmet? I don't know. First of all, let me introduce you to our campsite here in this beautiful campground. We are paying a grand sum of $24 a night to stay here, and the site includes water and electric service. There is a dump station here on the property. Now, when we rolled in the night before the big Kansas State University game, this campground was pretty crowded. In fact, I believe we snagged the very last of the 39 available sites here. However, something wonderful happened here immediately after game day. Everybody cleared out. You can see we have a really beautiful site here that is long, if somewhat narrow. I believe these sites are almost 75 feet long, so there's plenty of room for trailer and truck. We have, in addition to electricity and water, a fire pit, which we've made good use of, and a picnic table, which is serving as our Starlink mounting post. But allow me to show you what has been really special about this campsite. For the past several days, we have pretty much been all alone out here. Just us and the eagles that like to perch in these dead trees down by the lake. And it's a wonderful place to kind of unwind and relax. I gotta admit, I don't have a whole lot of purple in my personal wardrobe, so we're going to rectify that situation right now. The random LSU caps, they got thrown in with all the other purple merchandise. Oh, I see you found your shirt. Finally, one that you like. Wearing my colors. Kansas State has a long history of outstanding football thanks in large part to legendary coach Bill Snyder. Bill Snyder coached here for decades, including 2 separate tenures. And it seems like every year they are beating someone that they're not supposed to beat. Kansas State has a number of fantastic traditions associated with its football program, and you can hear one taking place right now. The Wabash Cannonball. As legend has it, back in 1968, the music building burned down and took with it most of the sheet music for the marching band. Apparently one piece of sheet music survived because some student had brought it home over the weekend, and that was the Wabash Cannonball. This is what makes certain traditions wonderful. It's something that developed organically, naturally, through some really strange circumstances. So Kansas State University kind of has 2 fight songs. They've got their traditional fight song, and then they've got the Wabash Cannonball. And the Wabash Cannonball is accompanied by a dance. And anytime you're watching a Kansas State game on TV, look for students performing that dance in the stands. It's that sort of rock forward and back, right, left. I haven't mastered my Wabash Cannonball dance, but you get the idea. The Kansas State University has a winning football program by just taking a look around. The facilities are obviously first class, and that stadium gets loud. But without the whole box thing. We're mostly in the sky. We hit a few local restaurants while we were here in town. I can recommend the adult beverages at Tall Grass Tap House. Unfortunately, I cannot recommend the salad at Vista Drive-In. The burger was fine though.
Now the salad leaves something to be desired. Let's view the contents of the salad, the so-called salad.
The case for Kansas. If you want to get away from it all, and you want to step back in time just a little bit to a simpler, more relaxing time, consider coming to Kansas.
My grandpa's 1949 farm truck, and it sat on the farm for forever. And we decided 3 years ago that we were going to rescue it. It took us 3 years, and we just finished it in May. It's all original exterior, the chassis, the axles, So it rides still like a farm truck, but then we put the new engine in.
That is awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
So I know a lot of you guys out there are like, Sean, when are you guys gonna finally break down and buy a new RV rig? You've been running around with that same old truck and Airstream for so long now, so many years. And yes, that is true. But I guess I'm kind of a sucker for stories and history. And there's something cool about old vehicles that have a history attached to them. But isn't Kansas a land of flat farmland, you may ask? Well, yes, there may be some flat farmland in Kansas. But bear with me. Flat is beautiful. For the past several days, we have had this entire loop of the campground pretty much to ourselves. Yes, I've been a little greedy. You know, something I've discovered about myself, if we find a really nice little campground and have solitude, have the campground to ourselves, I'm content. I could stay here for days. I really don't have to go anywhere. I've arrived at the destination. Flyover country, this is drop anchor country. Quite honestly, I have driven through the state of Kansas many, many times and have never really lingered. It's been a very rewarding experience just to hang out here for a while. Not quite as much drama this week. You know, I'm gonna get one of those signs that says this RV rig has gone 10 days without a major mechanical failure. All right, so this one may require a little extra fixing up. Yeah, that's probably not gonna buff out. To enjoy peace and solitude, come to Kansas. Just let the airplanes fly over first. Adult toy outlet. Up to 75% off open box items. You know, there's some things in life where it's just worth paying a little more to have a new unopened item. I think maybe adult toys fall in that category.